Hey guys, so I'm just getting ready and I wanted to kind of do like a chit chat, get ready with me, because I find them so like interesting. So today, I'm gonna give you the story of when I had my worst date ever. Like when I say my worst date, I don't think many things can top this. I'm probably gonna list all the stuff that I use below, but yeah. So this story, yeah, don't judge me because I was young and I was stupid. So I was just like, you know what, I'll give him my number. And this guy was like pretty handsome. He was like a nice guy. He was fun. He was a bit, oh, dry skin. He was a bit shy. Like he seemed like a shy person. So I was like, oh, okay, this is like fine, you know. It's a bit of fun, you know. So me and this guy had been talking for a little while, and like on WhatsApp, and this guy was not bad. Like he wasn't like too boring or anything. He was just a normal boy. So I think he was like 19, so I was 17 and he was 19. So we had been talking on WhatsApp and everything, and obviously the next question is, oh, when are we gonna meet up again? So I'm just there like, I don't really mind, you know. At this time, I think it was near summer holidays, but it might have been near AS exams or something, I can't really remember. So I was like, I don't really care, like when we meet up, I'm cool to meet up whenever. I have such dry skin. Yeah, and he was just like, okay, cool. But you know, one of them boys that's just so passive that like, you'll be like, oh, like, he was the one who suggested we should do something, yeah? These times, he wants me to organise everything, so I'm like, okay, whatever, so let's meet here and here. So he's like, alright, cool, where's my concealer? He's like, alright, cool, we can meet at this place. And I'm like, okay, well, when we meet at this place, what are we going to do? And he was like, oh, the sweet nothings this guy whispered in my ear, wow. He was like, oh, when you come, like, we can go, what did he even say? He was like, oh, you come and meet me, then we can go like Hyde Park, and we can go on like, you know those little boat things? There's like, I think it's in Hyde Park, if I'm remembering right, but it's like these goose that you can like ride on and you pedal and stuff and it goes. And I'm thinking, oh, this is very romantic, you know, like rah, love story. And I'm just like, yeah, let's do that. So trust and believe. How long was this story already? 5 minutes, nothing. So I'm like, okay, let me go and meet this guy. I go and meet this guy now in where he lives. He lives in East. So I go and meet him in East, and I'm like, okay, how do we get to Hyde Park from here? He was like, oh, I'm a bit like tired and I'm thinking, why are you tired? Do you even have a job? But anyways, he was like, oh, I'm a bit tired, like let me just drop you home. Yeah. And bear in mind, I was coming to his from work. So I'd gone to work because I used to have a job. And I was going to meet him in East London from my job in North London, so that he could take me Hyde Park, for him to just say, let me just return you back to your house. I said, wow, okay. And me being the idiot that I was like, oh, okay, let's get the bus. So we get on the bus here, and we go upstairs and whatever. And that was that little date. And we spent and then when we got back to my area, it started to pour down with rain. So he was just like, okay, let's just wait like at the train station for a bit so that you can drop me off, like to get my bus back to my house, and then I'll leave you to go home. So we spent like a good 2 hours at the train station. So I was like, you know what, this was a waste of my time. So this guy was not the most interesting person. Like he didn't have the most bomb conversation. So I don't know why I stuck around, to be honest. So we're around, we're like talking on WhatsApp, and he's like, oh, cool, like when am I gonna see you again? And I'm just there like, sorry, after this nonsense time. And he was like, oh no, I was just tired. I'm thinking, why are you tired? Like the last thing I heard, you were unemployed. Not that there was anything wrong with that, but what's your issue? So he was just like, no, let me make it up to you, and I'm just there like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe this time will be better. Maybe this time will be better with my naive 17-year-old self. So we're talking now, and I'm like, okay, where are we going? And around this time, this was about 2 weeks later, and he was telling me how he had found a job, so now he can actually take me like on a proper date. And I'm thinking, oh, it's very romantic, like he's gonna use his first paycheck to take me on a date, and we're gonna get married, and oh my god, sacrifices. So after that, I was like, okay, where do you want to take me? Like, for this one, you organize this one. Like, you be a man, you organize this. And he was like, no, you be the man. No, you be the man. No, you be the man. And I'm just there like,
did I hear you correctly? Or did I read this message correctly? Did you just say, no, you... Do I have mug written on my forehead?
So I was like, okay, no, like that annoyed me. But me being, you know, like I said, stupid, I was just like, oh, okay, well then let's go to Stratford and let's go to the cinema, and this movie's come out that I really want to watch, let's go and watch it. So he was like, yeah, sure. Best believe we were organising this for 2 weeks. The whole 2 weeks he was like, yeah, this is going to be great, I'm going to take you here, we're going to do this, afterwards we're going to go and eat. And obviously in my mind I'm thinking,
yes, free cinema, free food, we thank you God.
So the day comes now. Let me give you a little bit of context about the day. So this day comes now. I think it was like a Friday or like a, yeah, I think it was like a Saturday actually. And my Donnie says like, oh, meet me here, and like at this time, because obviously the movie's starting. Now listen to what I was wearing. I need one of you to get a pen and paper and do the calculation as to how I thought I looked nice. And I was 17 and I was a big girl, big woman like me. I went out like this. I was wearing a jumper. I think I even still have the jumper, but I'm not gonna get up and show you guys. It's a jumper and it's like ombre, and it goes from like a burgundy color to a mauvey color, like a flesh tone. It's a nice jumper, and I wore it with a black skater skirt. Obviously this is summer, so I'm looking very wintry for summer. So I wore it with a black skater skirt, which was my favorite thing at that time. And I wore it with no tights. So I'm wearing a jumper, but I'm wearing no tights. So I was cold up here, but I was hot down there. Guys, along with the outfit, I was wearing grey Nike blazers. Question 1. Courtney is wearing a burgundy jumper with a black skater skirt and no tights, along with grey Nike blazers. Calculate the percentage of stupidity Courtney put into this outfit and explain her reasoning behind such a decision. 10 marks. If you know what Nike blazers are, you know how obscure. My outfit was just so off the correlation of any stylish thing happening at the time. I don't know what I was thinking, the embarrassment. Anyways, so that's what I was wearing. So I get to Stratford now thinking, I look cute, I look fly, I have my beat face, and I was just like, yeah, I'm looking sweet. Get to Stratford and I walk to the cinema. And I get to the cinema and I'm like, oh, okay. So I message him and I'm like, where is he? Like, where is he? And bear in mind, this is his area. So I don't understand how you're late when this is in your area, but anywho. And I got like, the message didn't go through. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's on a train, but then again, we are in his area. Then I remembered, oh, he said that he's actually coming back from work. So maybe he's on the train, maybe, I don't know. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit in the cinema and wait for him. So I'm just there, you know, getting very excited to watch 22 Jump Street, and just, you know, incitement was about my spirits. And I finally get a message from him. Bear in mind, I think our movie was probably meant to start, let's say at 8:45. I think it was actually 8:45. So I get there and it's about 8:40 and stuff. So I'm just there like, yeah, we can get our tickets and rare. So I message him now, it's 8:45. I've been there for about 5 minutes waiting, and he finally messages me back. And I'm like, oh, where are you? Like, I'm here. And this guy had the cheek to say, I'm still in West London. I'm like, oh.
But I'm in East London.
You're meant to be in East, so why are you in West? He was like, oh, I just finished work. And I'm thinking, eh?
You knew that you were coming to see me, and you're at work in West, and I'm at the cinema in East. These times I live in North London, yeah?
So I'm just messaging him like, oh, so what are we gonna do about today? Like, do you think you can make it? He was like, no. And I'm just thinking,
why didn't you tell me this before I left my house? Because you know train is not free, bus is free, but train is not free. I've now gone and wasted about £1.10 on train to Stratford, yeah, because that was back when I had, what do we call this, 16 to 18 zip. Instead of messaging me an hour and a half ago like, oh, Courts, don't leave your house because I can't come, you're here telling me when I am here that you can't make it.
So I'm just standing there like, okay, I've been taken for a mug. So I'm in Stratford, obviously. So I'm just like, you know what, Courtney? You have paid to see, not even paid, you have come all the way to Stratford. Just go and watch the movie. Like, you might as well just go and watch the movie. So I went to go and see the movie. And before the movie had actually finished, this guy messages me like,
oh, I'm outside.
This is like 15 minutes before the movie actually finishes, so I'm proper into the movie,
proper into the action. People are killing, pew, 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 pew. People are jumping and diving.
And then this guy messages me, I'm outside. And I'm just there like, but have I finished watching the film? He was like, oh, come outside. So I was like, okay. So I went out of the cinema thinking he'll be right outside the cinema waiting for me to run into his open arms. And this guy's nowhere to be found. So I'm like, oh, where are you? He was like, oh, I'm walking there now.
What type of pathological liar are you? The film is still going on and you've made me walk outside. These times you're not even outside.
So I was like, okay, cool. Courtney, he's a fool. But instead of me to leave, obviously, like I said, this was before I found any standards. I was just like, oh, okay, I'll wait for you to walk here. So he walks in now and I'm thinking, rah, this guy, like, he has so much making up to do because he, you know, he missed our day and I had to go and watch the film by myself and he better reimburse me for the £10 I spent on the ticket, idealistic thinking. And then this guy comes now and he's even changed, like, his whole swag has changed. This guy's wearing denim jackets, he's wearing like Jordans, and I'm thinking, like, when did you find so? Remember what I'm wearing. So we just look like I was his little sister and he was some grown pimp. And I was like, okay, cool, this is, God is really saying something about our compatibility, because boy, I'm not ready. So oh, I'm looking bare ashy. So after all of that, we finally meet. He finally comes to find me and like meets me. So I'm just there like, oh, okay, hi, how are you? And he was like,
yeah, hi, how are you?
So I'm like, oh, okay, what we gonna do now? Because obviously you've missed the film and I've missed the film, so, or in fact I went to watch the film. He was like,
oh, you went to watch the film? I'm
just looking at him like, what did you want me to do? Sit here for 2 hours and just wait for you and be looking at people walk by with their happiness? Don't be silly. So he was just like,
oh, well, let's go and find somewhere to sit. And I'm
like, okay, like,
Nando's is over here, TGI Fridays is over here, Burger King's down, like, where do you want to go?
And he was like, no,
like, let's just go and sit down.
And I'm just thinking, sorry, you're really wasting my time. So he was just like, oh, let's go and sit down. So guys, seriously, I was stupid back then. So I was like, okay, you know me, just consenting to all of this nonsense. So I was just there like, yeah, sure. And he was like, okay, there's some seats over there. And you know, like, if you've been to Stratford before, you know, like, they have these, or they used to, have these, like, sofas that you can sit on. I don't know if they still have it. But yeah, we went to sit on those. So I'm just there like, okay, we're just sitting. Best believe we were sat there like this. That was seriously what we were doing. No one said a word. He didn't say a word to me. Best believe this guy is 2 hours late. Around this time, it's about 11 o'clock. This guy is about 2-3 hours late to our own date in his own area. We're sitting down and instead of you to be like, oh, like, what was the movie about? Or, oh, how was your day? Or, oh, I'm even sorry that I'm late. You're just sitting there. Okay, fine. So I told you this guy is not excellent with conversation. So these times, so I was on my phone, and that was back when I used to have unlimited data. So, like, I was on Instagram and doing all, you know, happiness. And like, I turned around to look at this guy, and this guy's just looking at my boobs, and I'm just there like,
hi, my name's Courtney and my face is up here.
And he just like, oh, is this a funny situation? Is this really a funny situation?
You've been late to our dates. You've missed the film. I expected you to take me to eat, so I didn't eat before I came. Now we're sitting on a sofa and you're not saying anything. Instead, you're doing perversion.
Do you have anything to say about yourself? But obviously, this was a discussion I was having in my own little head. So, yeah. Obviously, stupidity was really me. Oh, after that, guys, this guy stood up. So I was like, okay, we're about to finally go and eat. Yay. This guy stands up and he takes off his denim jacket. And I'm like, heesh, what are you doing? You getting ready to propose to me? What's going on? This guy took off his denim jacket. You guys, seriously, listen to this. He took off his denim jacket and placed it on the couch. He then proceeded to hand me his phone and said,
"Can you take a picture of me?"
Question 2. On a scale of 1 to 10, what was the level of muggery that was occurring in the given situation? Explain. 3 marks. Handed me his phone and said, "Can you take a picture of me so I can put it on the gram?" When I say I've never felt more like a mug than I did at that moment. How can you be asking me, Courtney Daniella Boateng, to take a picture of you so you can put it on the gram? These times we're meant to be on a date. So I said, all right, cool. So I took the phone. And I took a picture of him, you know. When I tell you my standards were so low, I should have slapped him at that moment. I'm against physical violence. I took the picture of him and he was like,
"Your photography is so rubbish."
Did I come here for a photography assessment? So best believe I've taken many L's this evening. The security guard now comes up to us and he was like, "Oh, the mall is closing." So I'm like, okay, we thank God, so I'm going home. Anyone who knows me knows that I don't walk fast. This guy got up and he was like to the security guard, "Okay, cool, we're going." He didn't even look for me to pick up my bag. He just got his jacket and started walking off. And I'm still sitting down. This guy's like 10 meters away from me, just walking. I'm just there like, "Excuse me, where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going?" So he just continues walking. So I'm just there like, "Sorry,
Did I do something wrong? You didn't show up to the date. You didn't take me to eat. You are the one who asked me to take the picture. You are the one who didn't start conversation. You were the one who was looking at my boobs. Are you alright? You have no reason to be upset."
So we get out of the mall now. He was like, "Okay, bye." And I'm just standing there like, sorry, did I do, like, am I not aware that I did something? So I'm just there like, sorry, why are you upset? But obviously I said it in the most naive way. I was like,
"Oh, let's call him Chris." I'm like, "Oh, Chris, like, what's wrong? I didn't do anything. Like, what's wrong? I thought that today would be a good day and you just seem to come in such a bad mood and I just didn't dare."
and he was just like,
"No, Courtney, like, I just feel like you've wasted my time."
Sorry? Can you please repeat the sentences that you just said, because I don't think I heard it correctly. Did you just say I wasted your time?
Yeah.
and I was just like, "Oh, okay. Oh, okay." And then I was like, so he was like, "Okay, yeah, so I'm going now." And I was like, "Oh, okay, bye." He was like, "Bye." Best believe I went, because he was taking the bus, so I was like, cool. So I went into the train station, I went to the platform. I sat down there and I actually cried. I sat on the platform and a tear ran from my eye because I legit thought, what is wrong with me that made this guy A, not want to show up for the date, and B, tell me that I wasted his time. Like, I think I'm awesome company, and I'm like, what? And like, from there on, I just realized that some boys are really not worth your time.
Common cinema in Stratford. You want to be doing, "Oh, I can't make it. Oh, let's go and sit on the couch. Oh, let's go and," is this why my mother gave birth to me? For me to be sitting here on a couch with you, for you to tell me to take a picture of you, for you to go on Instagram, to slide into other girls' DMs. Do I look like a mug?
Do I really look like a mug? And that was my worst day ever, you guys, because after that, yeah, I got home and this guy never spoke to me again. Like, ever. seen anything like that. Like, I've never heard of anything like that. Till this day, when I tell people this story, they're just looking at me like, was he 100% alright? And to be honest, I don't really know. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed that story time. Let me know of your horrible experiences on dates, because that really traumatized me. I was only 17. If anybody was able to complete the 10-mark math question that I gave you, I'd really appreciate it, because it really is a 10-mark question, because I don't understand how I could be wearing a jumper, skater skirt, and Nike blazers, grey Nike blazers, yeah, no tights, and think that I look cute. I was ready to run a marathon and go to church and be prepared for the winter all at the same time. So that's all I'm gonna say. Let me see, even spray my face. That's all I'm gonna say for right now. Maybe I'll do more story times in the future, but maybe I'll do more story times in the future, but I need to think of what to talk about, because this was actually one of the worst things that ever happened to me. Yeah. See you guys later. Bye.